2024 interim budget, the final budget of the Narendra Modi's second term, has essentially been a report card looking back to the last 10 years, which is why we want to raise the big question. Who's done a better job of handling the economy? The Modi government or the Manmohan Singh government? 10 years each. And my first question is, who did a better job in pushing growth? Joining us on this debate are Dr. Shri of the Congress and Jayant Sinha of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Appreciate both of you joining us. I will put up numbers, gentlemen, each time, and you can respond to those because we are looking at a report card comparing two governments, both having done 10 years each. First on growth rate, 2004 to 14, UPA 6.82%, 2014 to 24, NDA 5.84%. Jayant Sinha, you want to respond to that? Would you say that when it comes to growth, can the UPA claim that in their 10 years, growth was on an average basis better than it was during the last 10 NDA years? Or is that an unfair comparison given that there were 2 years marked by COVID?
It's a thoroughly unfair comparison, Rajdeep, for three reasons. First, the UPA inherited an economy in very good health, growing at 8%. And then, of course, they trashed the economy going forward and they left the economy growing at less than 5% with inflation raging at 10%. So number one, they trashed the economy on their watch. Number two, they didn't have to deal with a once-in-a-century pandemic, which is what we had to deal with COVID. And number three, the kinds of problems that they left us with, which is when we inherited the government in 2014, were very chronic, difficult structural problems that we had to resolve, which we resolved. And in fact, if you look at our record, as I said, we inherited an economy in the ditch, growing at less than 5%. We have made it the fastest growing economy in the world right now. It was a fragile 5 economy on the UPA's watch. It is a top 5 economy now, headed towards number 3 in the world. And if you really look at the underlying health of the economy, the structural factors that really determine whether we can sustain this growth, which is what were tragically damaged during the time of the UPA, each of those underlying parameters is very, very strong. If you look at capex numbers, if you look at job creation, if you look at investments in the private sector, all of these are looking very, very positive. And I'll make one last point, Rajdeep. We are delivering better than 7% growth in a global economy that's growing slower than it has ever before. If we had the kind of tailwinds that the UPA enjoyed, we would be growing not just at 7%, we'd probably be growing at 9 or 10% right now. So that's what we have delivered, and that's why you saw the confidence today when we said that this is a Viksit Bharat ka budget. We are setting the framework for Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's third term.
Shri, your response to what you just heard.